D as in dog, 2, C as in cat, cat 731, alpha elephant, Y as in yak, 6 kangaroo, frog, delta over. I looked at my boyfriend Pete's amused expression, and I knew we were going to laugh about this later. We had not been to Bermuda before, and we obviously did not know the International Phonetic Alphabet. This verbal alphabet is used to ensure that what is said over the radio is correctly heard. I made a mental note to myself that I was going to memorize this alphabet on the next leg of our journey.
Look out over the ocean, where the stars are always bright. There's a boat that's...
Suddenly, Bermuda radio spoke on the VHF. Norn, sang the name of our boat wrong. Did you say Delta Charlie 731 Alpha Echo Yankee 6 Kilo Foxtrot Delta? Pete replied, yes, Roger, just one more alpha after the, Nancy on the boat name. I laughed to myself. Bermuda radio spoke again. Norn, please spell the name of your boat. Pete smiled at me. Nacho, octopus, rhinoceros, nacho, alligator. Over. Roger. Norna. Pete and I were coming into Bermuda at night, 9 days after leaving St. Augustine, Florida. We were elated that we had made it, though our legs felt like rubber and we could barely keep our eyes open. The narrow St. George's Channel was calm and opened wide to a bay that bared the same name. We glided Norna up to the concrete wall that was considered the Bermuda Customs Dock, after having nervously navigated the reefs and buoys of the entrance. Navigating the area at night was not recommended. Even though the buoys were lit, there were so many marking the reef that they didn't make sense. Bermuda radio's voice was our guide into this difficult entrance. We checked in, got our passports stamped, and were told to anchor until morning. Overwhelmed with sleep, we nonetheless willingly obeyed, fired up the engine, and looked for an open spot. The stars mirrored in the dark water. I looked at Norna's reflection. She looked as though she was anchored in the star-scattered sky. We began to relax into the calm rhythm of the night. As we motored along, to my disappointment, I noticed the engine was smoking. It gave off a faint smell of antifreeze. I remembered our Perkins diesel, which we had nicknamed the Terrorist, until we later fixed it and renamed it Perky, behaving this way once before. We looked around the anchorage. I quickly shut down the engine and we dropped anchor then and there for the night. We felt comfortable that we were far away from any boats or land to swing into during tide changes. Pete and I were grateful to smell the flowers and feel the stillness of a calm harbor. We happily laid in bed and fell asleep. We dragged for a minute and now we grabbed. In my sleep, I heard Bermuda radio's voice on the VHF. This is Bermuda radio calling, Norna. Come in, Norna. I crawled out of bed and saw it was still night. Bermuda radio, this is Norna. Half asleep, I waited for a reply. Norna, your running lights are on, and you're anchored in the channel. Bermuda was the first leg of a journey that Pete had dreamed of for a long time. He and I wanted to cross the Atlantic and see blue water sailing. We wanted to see the world. Somehow, being out on the blue, our lives and way of thinking began to change. We had somehow, magically, fearfully, amazingly, worked our way out to the water, and the journey wasn't easy.